Oh, it was Power here to review the DX Ultra Metal Holder. I believe I forgot to check the name. But this is the main holder toy for Ultraman Z. As you can see, Alpha Edge is prominent, but then we have Beta Smash here because it comes with its medals. It can hold up to 20 medals. Here's Beta Smash, Titus 2.0, and here's Alpha Edge. Then here we have the two forms, and here we have a showcase of Beta Smash, its finisher, individualized, and the three main forms. So let's get this over with. So here's the entire set. Obviously here are the Ultra medals that existed of Beta Smash, but here's the holder itself. And it's pretty interesting, I'll say. Like, yeah, it's simplistic for sure. It's just a whole piece of plastic with like this Z painted on. But like other than that, it's just a piece of plastic with a hinge and a belt clip, which is pretty sturdy. So, yeah. Obviously, its main thing that you can do is open it up and you can insert metals. And again, it has 20 slots. I find the slots to be kind of weird. Like, I'm fine with this bottom row, but the top row makes me confused because it's just like, why do we have these two extra slots? I would have preferred if they've like either extend this bottom row so then it can be the same as this top row, because I think it should be okay to have these two be the same, or just completely disregard these two, because it's weird. So obviously you just simply take your metal and you slide it in like so, and each pair you put in. So again, take that, you do this, you shake, it's secure because they have these pieces, these parts are here to secure it, so no need to fear of falling unless you do that. Which I don't know how exactly I can fall, but things can happen. But it's really simple, and I generally think this is fun. I don't know why, but like, I think just because from what I've seen, the show just makes this thing so fascinating, because obviously like the whole thing with the show is that they drop it down, pick up the metals, and like close it up. I don't know what's so satisfying about that, but it's the most satisfying thing. Struggling to get the metals out, like, dropping it, opening it up, struggle to get the metals out, closing it up, and then just like doing this, and this is the most difficult thing of doing because you can never get these to align. But it's just so satisfying. So obviously, I forgot to mention which medals this came with, but our first look is at Ultraman, and surprisingly, he has a red background, so he's gonna have a red LED, and I apologize for that smudge on the front. That's my fault of taking it off with my thumb. Yeah, there's nothing. They don't even have trans stamps because that's on the holder itself. Here's Ace. So again, I apologize with the smudges, but he has a white background, so he's gonna produce a white LED. And last but not least, we got Taro. And surprisingly, he also has a red background. Typically, they try to avoid reusing colors for these fusions, but I guess it makes sense as to why. I think it makes sense as to why he's doubled the red. But I think, because I don't think yellow for Ultraman would have made sense here, so yeah, let's just get the Z riser. So I have the access card already in because I want to show that you technically don't need to insert it right away. Because it'll already scan it. And I wanted to show this too, but that you don't, just kind of like the Jade Riser, you don't need to insert these in right away. Because it'll just read it. So So there we get the transmission sound for Ultraman. Obviously then you need to pull it out again. You can do it underneath too. So you get the Spacium Coulson. And one thing I do want to note too, before we actually get to the fusions, is that technically, as you can see right here, the LED's back to being white, but when I bring out the Hargy card, it would already just switch it. I think because it knows it was in there, but then like it got taken out, so technically it needs to like, you know, be scanned again or something like that. But so there we get those two. I think I'm gonna have to scan this again. So there you get the Metallion Coulson and the Stromium Coulson, respectively, for Ace and Taro. I find it weird that the Stromium Coulson sounds really quiet. Like, that's just kind of interesting as a whole. But anyways, so we're not going to get hard key access granted unless we turn this off. That's always satisfying. Anyways, let's insert our metals. So there we get the transformation of Ultraman Z Beta Smash. Slashing sounds are the same. Finisher. So there we get the Zetsuum upper. Something just came up in my throat, that was weird. Yeah, that's essentially it for these. So we can pull out our metals again. Overall, I actually do like this metal set. Again, I just find it satisfying. Like, I'm not, like, the Taiga, like, holder, like, key holder wasn't bad, but it was just, I think the issue was that it only held the key holders, and, like, your accessories kind of just had, oh, okay, in the show they came out of thin air, but, like, you had nowhere to put your accessories, so I think it's just nice to actually have, like, a holder that that can actually hold your gimmicks. Again, just collapsing it down, pulling out your metals, and closing it is just satisfying for some reason. And you get another form too, which obviously this gives you more, well, it gives you more individual sounds, but you can't necessarily do any more, you can't like interconnect fusions just because that's for later. So, again, it's a fine pickup. Obviously, I do recommend getting it with the Z riser, because if you just get this by itself, or you get it later, it's fine. But you just, if this is your first thing, then that's kind of odd. But I don't know. I can't really judge. Um, I guess like one thing I do want to state before my camera overheats and before I go is that I do find it interesting, like with the Z riser. I think one thing I want to state is that it does seem a bit quieter than most like devices, and that's just going off of like what I can remember off the Tiger Spark. And also, I just want to mention that it's actually nice to actually have an ultra device that isn't blinding to the eye. Anyways, this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. I'm sorry about that. Bye.